Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more Us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
I just love you both.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's cold outside, but it's supposed to be, in the 50s today? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Yesterday I posted something on Facebook. It was about if you got a free trip around the world, would you go by yourself?
Yeah.
So in other words, like you, not a guest. They always say you and a guest.
Right.
It's you will travel to India, Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'll see
around the
pyramids.
World.
Right. And so but would you go by yourself?
Yeah.
You would?
That.
Well, first of all, I just need to make sure, I'm gonna get paid for being gone, right?
Well,
I'm not gonna lose my job, my bills. I mean, around the world, you're gonna be gone. It's not just a 10-day trip.
No, for sure. You will be fine.
Okay.
Like everything will be set
Everything's
up.
cool here on the home front.
Fine. Yeah, you're not going to lose your
Okay,
husband.
that's what.
Your kids aren't
don't you
leaving.
need to know that, Bolt?
Yeah,
You don't
sure.
need- Right.
This is hypothetical, so
if
we
it's
can.
hypothetical, cushion it for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, make it
You're
good.
going to come home and everybody's going to be there, and your job will be waiting for you.
Okay, good.
cool.
Okay,
All right.
so but the thing is, like you're going to definitely go into some places that are like
Yeah.
and crazy or whatever. But like to me, even if I'm going to the good places,
Yeah.
it just doesn't seem like I probably should go by myself.
Yeah,
to get
you
in
should
touch with
because it's an
myself.
experience of a lifetime.
I know, but to me, I almost feel like it's not worth it if I'm not sharing it with somebody.
I know, but here's the thing: go to you go and you experience it, and there's a lot of places you're not going to like. Some you're going to like.
Yeah, I
and
think-
then
I
you
think-
make plans to go back to the ones. Look, I just did us a favor. We never have to go to Bangladesh because trust me, it wasn't all that.
You're all,
But-
don't eat the pickled eggs in the market.
Right.
Oh
Like-
my God. And then you and I aren't going to be very welcome in some places. You know. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what country this is. This is
No,
Spaniard?
it's Arab music.
Okay. Yeah, you know what though? I'll
This
cover
sounds
up.
Spanish.
I'm sure I'm not totally on my own. I'm sure the company's going to make sure that when you get here, you go here. Here's your
Oh,
confirmation
man, she really
number.
wants this to be first class. She's like, is everything
I
set up
want a
through a travel
trip.
agency?
Staying at the palace.
Right. Sometimes you win a trip on a game show and it's just like,
It's
man.
crap.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't expect first class accommodations. I'm just saying, could you experience all this by yourself? Because it's hard for me to eat in a restaurant by myself, much
Yeah.
less. And you said the same thing. You don't really enjoy it.
But I do it. I've done it.
I know. But I mean, so maybe halfway through the trip, you'd be like, I need to go home. This sucks.
No,
or
you just FaceTime.
And you're going to meet other travelers on your way.
That's right, Bolty.
Yeah.
Think of the optimism.
You're going to meet some friends.
some weird couple from
I
Germany.
was going to say, Bolty's going to get with some rich couple. That's going to.
Yeah, he likes the American boy. He's got the blue eyes.
He cleans the pool.
Right. He's not a size 1 like the regular people in Europe. He's a nice, thick American. He likes a chubby butt. Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Yes, look, I'm going to give him a sherbet.
I don't think there's anything wrong with. I mean, if it's, the older I get, the more I'm like, I haven't gone anywhere cool. Like I've gone
Name
places.
the cool places that you've been, because also you can't knock, because there are some people who've never left Westminster.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So
a lot of people.
we definitely are lucky in that sense. However, you're right. There's a whole planet that we haven't seen.
Exactly.
And it's like it's I've been around. I can claim some good things. I've been to Europe.
Yeah.
I've been to Paris. I've been to Germany. I've been to
Australia. That's cool. You've been there.
Right. I've been to Holland. Been to all over the United States.
I mean, it's cool once you get Hawaii, right? Once you go, you
Guam.
realize how you've been to Guam.
Yeah, because you need to stop there on the way to Hawaii, because they usually make you stop there and hang out for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I could have left the airport, but I had weed on me, and I was like, no, I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
You were-
I don't need
I'm
to
in.
be checked again.
No, I
Right.
don't need to take that chance.
Right. I was like,
So-
Mom, shouldn't we just stay in the airport?
Was
Stuck
that
in
when you were
Guam.
leaving Australia? You went to Guam
No.
to Hawaii?
Well, you touched down on both. Yeah. So you leave Hawaii, go to Guam, and then go to Australia, and then on the way back, the same thing.
Wow. So you kind of went around the world.
Kind of, but I mean, I've never been to
Egypt.
Italy. I've
Yeah.
never been to Egypt. I've never been to the UK.
Yeah.
I've never been to anything. La 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 la.
There's places I got to see.
Right. I want to see Dubai, but I know you know
what? I'll give you some flannels. Be as tough and masculine as you
No,
can.
no,
they won't know a thing, Larry.
I do think that some gays travel there because it is so they're in Dubai. and all throughout the Egypt, their like whole thing is like tourism. They're like, we're going to run out of oil eventually, so we got to get these people coming here to hang out, and that's why they have all these amazing things. And they're making parks out there, theme parks that make our theme parks. They make Universal look like Illich's.
What?
Yeah, they're these massive, huge parks.
So we'll be traveling there one time.
Right, for sure. But I mean, Bolty and I can't hold hands and skip.
No.
You know what I mean?
You know, but
Not
you know
that
what?
you would.
Save it for when you get to Italy.
Yeah, right. They don't care there.
No. Skip away. Go to France. Go to Greece.
Hit us up on, we're going to throw this post, it's up on our Larry and Kathie page on Facebook. And so hit us up and tell us what you would do if you would feel comfortable going that long and that far away on your own.
Right. Experiencing that without the person that you'd want to experience it with.
Exactly. Because, it's like you're going to sit there and eat something amazing or see this pyramid and be like, oh, and look to your right and it's going to be nobody.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Now with more us.
They're just really funny.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
Yeah, like I so could not travel well by myself because if I was in like Morocco
Yeah.
and then I ate something and I was all, ooh,
Right.
like I couldn't be sick by myself. I'd have to have Chris there or somebody.
Why? You just go into your hotel room, you turn the TV on, and you be sick.
Oh my God, all alone.
Yeah. That's what you do. You get some sleep.
Yeah, and then they're gonna find her in
What is wrong
in Iran. They're gonna be a stop in Iran, and then Kathie's gonna get lippy with one of the guys. Like, hey, I ain't one of your Iran ladies.
Yeah,
And
no.
then you're gonna end up locked up abroad, just like that show.
Okay.
And then nobody's gonna know because you went alone.
True. Right.
Right.
I'll put some sort of GPS tracker on me. But it could be scary going across around the world alone. That's why I would hope again that whoever you won the trip through.
Right. This was the hypothetical trip that I said, hey, if you could win a trip around the world, would you go by yourself?
Yes.
That's the only condition, that you'd be alone. And, Bolty and I were talking and we were like, man, what if you like went to this amazing thing and you were like, you had nobody to reflect on it with because you're by yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
Bolty, would you do it?
Yeah, I think you'd learn so much about yourself
Right.
just trying to survive and try to talk to locals all around the world. That would be so much fun. I haven't even left the United States. So
Exactly.
Challenge accepted.
Right, exactly. And then if there's some place that you think is cool, then you'll go back again with this person that you love.
Right, because
Or
you know your way
friend.
around the little village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I think there's benefits to it. And then you get to be like, oh, that place is a dump. Don't even waste your time,
I think what's funny in my hypothetical is like maybe when you guys come back, your jobs weren't safe, and I was not legit on that, and maybe Mr. Efficient met somebody else because he needed
In
somebody
the
to help
20 days
with the
I was
girls.
around the world.
Nice.
I mean, are we talking 30, 60, 90 days around the world?
I would say 30. Let's say 30.
Wow, a whole month. This
Right.
is going to be great.
Right. So Mr. Efficient's like, what did you want me to do? You never even said you were leaving. Yeah, but it was Larry's little thing.
It was Larry's idea.
It was a free trip. I don't know.
Bolty headed off one way around the world, and I headed off the other.
Or did we go on the same trip?
No.
And you weren't alone. Cheaters!
No.
But we asked people on Facebook. We threw this up. This originally started on my Larry Gary Uliberry page. But
How did you word what you said? Because people are, hell yeah. Would you go on a free trip around the world by yourself? Okay, so this person says, hell yeah, twice.
right.
Right.
And it's like it's that whole why I don't eat in a restaurant by myself. Like, I'd rather maybe pick up some fast food and take it home and eat it, or just eat at home.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you often sit by yourself at a restaurant?
No, but when you do, you feel like a sense of, oh, yeah.
I did this.
Yeah, and you're like, I was with myself and I found that-
Happiness.
Yeah,
I stared at my phone the whole time, even though those people in the corner were laughing at me.
You shouldn't care what people think. You're an adult
No,
now.
I don't. I really don't care about like if be perceived as a person eating alone.
Well, then why don't you do it?
I don't know, because you know what? I think that even the joy of eating something for lunch should be shared.
Yeah.
So we can look at each other and be like, let me taste yours, and here's a bite of mine, and
Yeah.
we're
Would you-
together.
Would you go to a movie alone?
I have done that, and I really did leave, like you guys just said, with some form of self-accomplishment. Like, I was just like, I saw a movie by myself, and it ruled.
Right, exactly. You should have gone to a restaurant
I should have
by
kept
yourself.
doing it. I
You
should have
stayed on
taken
your
those
own.
steps. But when you're married, it totally becomes What are we doing?
No, that's
Where
because
are
you
we
allow
going
it
to eat?
to be that.
I know, but I like that.
Just, I don't know.
yeah.
You need to have separation.
I hear you.
So many people on Facebook said, yeah, blank, yeah, hell yes.
So many people are.
Oh my
so
God,
easy-
I wouldn't want it either any other way.
So many people are jumping on this hypothetical. Little do they know, these are the worst hotels. It's the worst airlines.
What, like hostels?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then once I get my itinerary,
Right.
I will let everybody know I'm not going through with it. Lindsay says, hells to the yeah. Blank would be scary as blank, but totes worth.
Yeah, totes worth.
Yep. This one says, my bag's already packed. This one says, is this rhetorical? Absolutely.
Wow. So there's a lot of brave people out there.
No one has said no. Someone said,
I
yes.
better chime in
absolute-
then.
Yes, absolutely. Without hesitation. Yep. Bye. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Yes. Hell yeah.
I guess you
All
could
the
like.
yes.
I guess you could look at it as an adventure and then see how many countries could I get laid in.
You could do that,
Yeah.
but I'm married, so I won't be doing that.
Well, yeah, but I told you by the time you get back, he's already with somebody else.
Right. Okay. Well, so around the world, am I swinging through Africa? Oh, nothing like the safari in the morning. Oh, it's beautiful out here. Oh, I love it. Oh, hi. You're my tour guide? Oh, okay. We're going to be gone for 2 days. Okay.
Her name's
that
Kathie
tent for you and
J,
me?
and she
Okay.
wants to lay. It's time for her legs to come under the sun.
Michelle says, yep, I go most places by myself anyways. It'd be cool. This one says, especially if I can mix it with some sort of business. Yes. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
drug dealing.
yes.
Locked up abroad.
Hell yeah, I do everything by myself anyways, says Maria. We got a none. We got a no.
Oh,
We got a no, Larry.
thank you. A kindred spirit.
170 comments. I finally found a no.
Who is this brave soul?
Michelle Valdez Garcia, who says, nope, that's human trafficking. I don't think so.
So she was just being funny.
Yeah.
No, I think she was being serious. She said, I don't think so. I'm good in,
trick.
I'm good
she
in
thinks
Denver
that the
forever.
Larry Ulibarri hypothetical could get her into being a sex slave. Yeah, that's good.
Leah says, with a quickness, I'd be off. Clementine says, hell yeah, where do I sign up?
Everybody thinks I'm a travel agent.
Yeah, right.
When is this being given away? It's not real.
Oh, I found another one.
Okay.
Nancy says, probably not.
Nancy.
But
she couldn't do anything.
See, that's
Little
how you,
Nancy.
See, and that's what you would say to somebody that wasn't strong enough to go out on their own.
I'll go-
You poor fool, Larry.
I'll go with you, Nancy.
No, this is about being alone.
Now Nancy and I need to enter the Amazing Race and go together. It's like Nancy and Larry still haven't left the airport, and all the other teams are on their way to Egypt.
No, dude, it would have. You and Wiggins
Oh yeah.
would never have left the airport.
Right,
You would
they're
have
like-
fought so fast.
No, no.
Oh my God, it would have been entertaining if you could have gotten through the first episode.
No, they'd be like, oh, man, they've never left the hotel. They've been in
Nice
there
try.
the whole time,
Nice
ordering
try.
more champagne and strawberries.
Jonathan says, everybody who said yes without asking the terms for this free trip, I have a great opportunity to discuss with you as well.
So, would you like to buy some land in Nevada?
Right. See, Bolte and I were the ones that had questions. We're not falling for it, Jonathan.
Right, Kathy up to she was gonna stay at like hostels, and then she got me to like mid-level hotels.
Yeah, see how I work
and
that?
free travel.
Okay, now here's another person. Larry, that's a very complex question, my friend. On one hand, a free worldwide trip sounds amazing, but on the other hand, without being stranded on the other side of the world, no money, needing to return home, that would be awful. What I'm saying is, please specify your terms.
Okay.
See, we're right here with that
Fine.
person.
This is travel accommodations provided by like game show level, but from the 70s.
That's bad. Dominic says, yes, do I have money to buy things for food and souvenirs too?
Of course. I mean, you're gonna have
Wow, this is a dream trip.
you're gonna get a little spending money.
Did I win that too?
Yes.
I don't have to have my own spending money. This is perfect.
This
It's
comes-
better and better.
And then it comes in a money belt, and you have currency for every country you'll be in.
Wow, do I have different passports for every?
No, you have one passport
wig.
to get you through. You're not a spy, but I will say a quarter of the way of the trip in, somebody steals your money belt.
Okay, see,
So-
that's bad. So then you're left. Oh God! And all my information for my next
Yeah.
hotel was in there.
Passport.
La, 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 la.
Jane says no. Then someone says, "What are you scared? Are you afraid?"
She's all, actually, my name is Jane Doe. I don't go anywhere. I hear that I'm murdered more often than not.
Right, I'm laying in morgues everywhere. Jane then says, "I wouldn't want to go enjoy something like that by myself. I'd want my family." Then somebody said, "Ah, bless your heart." Then somebody said, "Jane, would you take your wifey?" Is all I'm screaming. And then she says, "Of course." Then thank you. No, you can't take family members.
Right.
Jane.
This whole thing is to get you to be independent and brave.
Lisa says, "Yes, get me away from these crazy family members."
Yeah, but then you say that, but now you're in a market in Iraq. And
Being
you just
sold?
got caught stealing an apple. There goes your left hand.
Well, that's on you.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and
I
Kathie.
just love you both.
It's time for a pet update.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Kathie has a new dog. It's
deaf dog.
It's a deaf dog. He's a boxer. He's young.
Yeah, he's named Jack.
And he's being house trained, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Has he chewed on stuff? Is he cool in that world?
We're pretty lucky at the moment. He hasn't chewed on stuff.
Oh, that's good.
But like last night, I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, dinner's done. Dishwasher started.
Kids fed.
Let's all sit down,
Okay.
girls. We'll watch your Magic School Bus, which I love the fact that they like. Did you ever watch Magic School Bus?
Oh, yeah.
It was such a good cartoon. And
Definitely.
so the fact that they're
Is
into
it the same
again,
one, or is it a new
Well,
version?
they have a new version, but we go back and watch the old school ones
Okay.
with Miss Frizzle. So I just love it because I'm like, oh, yeah, that's how you get oxygen in your body. Like, they
Right,
really teach
it's like
you so
what Daniel
much.
Tiger.
Totally.
It's like when parents leave, they'll come back.
Right. It was so cute when I walked in your house and
Right, and
Gianna goes, you came back.
And they sing it to a little song. It's like, when parents leave, don't be afraid, they'll come back.
Yeah.
And so
Cute.
they all sing it with her.
So last night, so all that.
When daddy
let's-
hits mom at the dinner table, go hide quick.
Sucks. Which we all did. No, I'm kidding. So we're sitting there and I'm like, I just get it started. He walks over and literally looks right at me and pees right there on the carpet. I was like, are you kidding
You're
me?
wow, we're really not connecting here.
And then, like,
and then
since
once they
he's
start,
deaf,
you have to be like, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then
Right.
he pees all the way out the door.
Right, and he's not hearing me yelling.
Right, he's just
and
like-
how much anger can I do when I'm doing the no sign with
Right.
my hand? You
You should bite your hand.
like I hate
Make it bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, but it's coming along.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, he'll soon be like to the point where you won't even remember any of this.
I'm praying.
I know that's how that works because I've done it. You get so frustrated, and like Yoshi was such a good puppy. He like only chewed on the end of a pillow once and one game controller.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I was like, no. And then he never did anything bad after that. It was insane.
I know he's the perfect dog.
He's
so
smart.
sad. So
But I think it would have been different if I would have had Jack from a puppy.
yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I'm coming
no,
in
you got
10,
a guy
11
that's
months old.
Yeah, for sure. So
Who's
you're,
been probably sitting in a kennel or outside without
I know,
contact.
but
so
he's going to be the perfect dog.
I'm
you can tell.
praying. Okay, so back to the perfect dog. How's Yoshi?
He's cool. He's really like still combating the diabetes thing, and we're waiting on the meds, and there was a miscommunication between Chris and the vet, and so we thought, okay, I kept looking for the FedEx guy,
Yeah.
and kept waiting, and then it didn't happen. Then Chris was flying back from Hawaii, and I was like, what's the deal? And
Right.
then he called and realized it was partly his fault, so it comes today. So then we take him today to learn how to inject him and get the sample, and he's just so weak right now, and so I haven't gotten sleep in like 3 nights, and Chris came back from an overnight from Hawaii and really needed sleep, but I was like, why should you get to go completely crash when I haven't crashed? And he was super sweet about it, and he's like, I'll stay here on the couch with him.
Nice.
But that didn't mean anything because Chris sleeps hardcore.
Yeah, he does. He'll sleep through anything.
Right, so I'm upstairs thinking, okay, I get a little window to sleep, and then so like I hear Yoshi trying to get up, so I'm like, I look over, and Chris
Nothing.
is
Right.
all. So, but he's fine. Like
You do an air horn.
right? No, I just come down, and so whatever. It's like like a parent would when one of their kids is sick.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody says, including like listeners and friends, that like once you get him on the insulin, he'll be back to normal mode.
Agreed.
As far as strength and stuff like that. But
It's going to be okay.
no, for sure. But again, it was just like this bad timing for Chris to put like some mopping glow or whatever the hell
I
he
know.
put, the old English that he
It
put all over
looked
the floor.
beautiful, too.
No, I know, but Yoshi is Bambi on ice.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like everywhere he walks, his front paws are like, bah.
So did you put?
Tons of rugs.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm
So
proud
there's
of
like
you.
rugs and towels everywhere.
Because
My
I know
house,
it messes
like,
up the decor,
and I
and you
know.
can't stand it. But I'm proud of you.
No, for sure. Our house is totally lived in right now because we're staying on the main floor. So I would never have guests over.
Oh my God, Bolty, we have to go see what it looks like.
We don't count.
No, but I gotta
no.
go see this. Like I've never, even when he says lived in, it's not lived in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I would if I knew you guys were coming over, I'd straighten it pretty quick.
Okay.
And the
We're
other
gonna surprise him.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it's like I was thinking about that. Like, have you ever had like where you thought people were coming over and they're like, okay, we're gonna come over, and so you're like, you get your house all ready and blah blah blah, and they're like, oh, we can't make it, and you're like, okay, and you're like, well, hey, I guess I cleaned my house.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a false alarm like that to be like, hey, I did my dishes.
And then you open up the closet and pull all the crap out you threw into it.
well, I don't do it like that.
Right. You pull the stuff out from under the bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Throw it back in.
Right, exactly. Ah.
Pizza boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
A guy's beer belly turns out to be a 30-pound tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It is a tumor.
30-pound tumor?
It's a cancerous tumor.
Okay, so wait a minute. Then, like, he gets it removed. He's like, hey, I'm skinny.
Totally. I just lost 34 pounds.
Wow. And then, like, is it one of those tumors that it's like, we found teeth, hair,
I know.
and an eyeball?
Stop. Ugh,
Like,
gross.
it's your twin that never developed.
I didn't know they could get to be this big. Oh,
It's not a tumor.
63-year-old guy named Kevin from New Jersey thought he just had a big old beer belly. And when when he lost 34 pounds a few years ago, that part of his body didn't shrink.
Oh, so he was like, what the hell?
So he went to a doctor. Turns out 30-pound cancerous tumor in his stomach that almost definitely would have killed him.
And so he was hanging out with all this cancer and didn't know it?
Yeah, he had this big
Wow.
old tumor because it was all covered with lovin'.
So, I mean, like, the cancer was in the tumor and not, like, spreading to his
He's
spine
lucky,
and all
right?
Yeah.
But it would have killed him. Eventually, that stuff
Right.
gets out of the tumor.
Right.
Fortunately, doctors successfully removed it earlier this year, and now Kevin has no beer belly and he's recovering. There are before and after pics, and one of the doctor holding the tumor.
Right.
We'll look at it in a second.
It's in its little baptismal robe because it's a young, healthy tumor.
Oh, I can't. Oh, he's holding it like a big old baby.
Who's a good tumor?
Oh my God, it's like a big
Who's
old
a good tumor?
It's a huge ass watermelon.
Who's a good tumor?
Oh, God.
So where does the tumor live? With him?
Right, who has custody of it?
Right. The tumor walks now.
Okay.
What do we heat it?
I want to see his before and after without looking at the tumor. Wow, night and day difference.
Right. He's like, wow, I thought I was fat.
Yeah, whoa. I can't.
Wow. And he's like,
can't.
everything must feel better in him.
Oh, yeah,
He's
for
like, I can
sure.
poop, I can burp.
Yep.
Oh, a couple used an alligator for their gender reveal party.
Okay. What, like we're going to chop the alligator in half and what's inside, whatever color it is?
So they used it for what he chomped down on.
Okay, so it was going to be a big ball, and if it was like
Yeah,
bitten
blue
into
came
his pink-
out, right.
So was it food? Like it wasn't like they were
It was
gonna-
it was watermelon.
Oh, okay.
And inside that, it'd been hollowed out, and then put in there was the colors of,
Okay.
it doesn't say whether or not they made it like
Edible for
Right,
the alligator.
totally.
Like he got a mouthful of
of
like
glue.
Right.
Yeah, who knows? That's
terrible.
messed up.
Right.
An alligator wrangler named Mike used one of his gators for the gender reveal. A bunch of people were standing around as he puts a hollowed out watermelon inside the gator's mouth.
Whoa.
When it chomps down, gobs of blue glue came flying out.
Ew.
It's a boy.
And the alligator died.
Yep.
Yeah, right, exactly. And finally, a thief blesses himself before he breaks into a store.
Like literally with the sign of the cross kind of
Yeah,
thing? Or-
right,
okay.
yeah.
He's all, help me, Jesus, steal this stuff because I really got to do this.
Right, like I'm wondering if you're a good guy and, Jesus said just got to make some rent for the kids. Or,
Yeah, but that's still stealing, so
Yeah.
Jesus wouldn't be down. Like I think that.
I know, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? If you push
I know,
up
but
against
usually
the wall.
you pray after for forgiveness. You don't pray before. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Wish
Oh.
me luck, God.
Yeah.
Wow, are
Right.
you sure you're not Catholic? That's exactly what they do.
The fact that they have it in their religion, like witnesses always made fun. It's like, ooh, it must be so nice to go sin in all weekend. I mean, all week, and
Yeah.
then just go, hey, my bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right. Please forgive me.
I was like, can we get that?
Right.
Because witnesses are like, he's watching you every second
Right.
of the day.
You're not going upstairs. You go to a different area.
144,000. That's it.
Not one more.
Not you. You
Around-
can't sit with us.
Around you can't sit with us. 5 a.m. last Thursday, a guy went into a clothing store in Brooklyn. As he stood outside, he made the sign of the cross.
Okay.
Then he grabbed a brick and threw it through the glass door.
Lord mercy.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, he's kind of gotten the messages confused.
Right.
He tried. Jesus took the wheel for
Jesus
a second.
is like, not so loud.
Yeah, right.
Why would you go so loud?
Right, like I can help you, but
Right.
you got to be a little smart about
Doran,
this.
you idiot.
God. All right, so here's the thing. It bounced off the door, the brick, and it gave the guy a chance to do the right thing.
So what, it hit him on the head?
No, like he threw the brick. Jesus, obviously, some people are saying, made sure that the brick didn't hit anything, threw the brick back at the dude.
Jesus, take the brick.
Right. And the guy ignored the divine intervention.
And went busted in anyway.
Yeah, picked up the brick and threw it again. This time the glass broke. He ran into the store, stole 18 pieces of clothing, and ran off.
Nobody's seen him since. Thank God.
Cops have the surveillance footage of him crossing himself, breaking the door, stealing clothing. They're trying to track him down.
Well, they know what he'll be wearing.
Right,
They're like,
exactly.
he took that outfit.
He
and
took that
outfit.
outfit, that outfit.
This is what we're looking for, people.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I'm going through some of the prep this morning, and they always just have a weird random fact thing that
Okay.
they throw out, and I'll read them to you sometimes off the air.
It's National Hot Dog Day.
This one I just had to share. So back when Kim Jong-il was alive,
Yeah, Kim Jong-un's father.
okay, his official biography on North Korea's website said that he didn't poop.
Yeah. He didn't even have a butthole.
Right. Like he was so.
What?
Like not because some people would be like, oddly does ish don't stink.
Right.
So oddly does don't have ish.
Exactly, right? Like more or less trying to say he was divine or something.
Or were
Or-
they subtly saying he's full of it?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, exactly. That's actually pretty good. But that was just weird. Why would you,
Right.
of all the things you could write in to make sure people knew, like I would be like, he's the strongest man ever. He's,
Right,
like,
and
all
you-
this stuff. I would never think of, and he doesn't poop.
Well, and they don't have free press there, or you would hear like, then why is he getting toilet paper?
Right.
Here's the footage.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
It's yeah. it's
Right.
best.
Why does he have toilets in his room?
Again, when you can control it, why would you put that?
Right.
Right, whatever.
Maybe they were trying to say he had a colostomy bag.
He
Yeah, he
okay.
doesn't poop the regular
Right,
way.
he oozes.
Who knows?
I have a friend that has one of those right now, and she is hating life. I feel pain for her.
That
Imagine.
sucks. I
Right,
can't-
like it breaks open.
Worst case scenario.
So she goes to school at Metro, and so she literally it started to break on her one day in class.
Hey, wait, what?
She had to get out of class, get on the light rail, go home. She went home. She cleaned everything up. She went back to her next class. It happened again. She just called it a day, but then she has to get like an absence for the class. And you're only allowed like 3 the whole semester. Then she went home. Then she had to research and find another kind of company that might fit better. Like the stuff that it's bad enough you got to deal with this. Now you got to deal with it not fitting or problems and
Whoa.
this hurts my heart.
We're all lucky.
That
Totally,
hurts.
right.
That hurts more than my heart. I
Right.
had my butt clenched.
Totally.
Yeah, but you take for granted your health, and you take for granted, hey, I can stand up, or I can go to the bathroom, or I can eat.
totally.
And there's a bunch of people around us that are having issues that we don't even know of.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so, yeah.
Everybody's fighting their own battle.
Be
Yeah.
thankful.
Yeah.
We posted this on our Facebook page, and we got a ton of response. It's refer to your pet as a roommate and tell us something your roommate does. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yes.
So, in other words, just tell us what your roommate does.
People are hilarious.
Yeah, there are a
Okay.
ton of good ones.
Do you want to read the
Yeah, no,
tags
go ahead.
first? I'll read the one above it. You can read the tags.
Okay.
Okay. I love how Danielle described her dog. Okay. She said, effing, ass hat. Doesn't seem to understand what he already has, food, and runs around screaming at everything.
So he's all barking like, feed me, feed me. It's like, it's right there,
You
idiot.
have food, you dumbass.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So this person says, my roommate has an issue with tags. Every time he gets a new toy, he has to tear the tag off right away.
Oh.
He's stolen towels, washcloths, blankets, and ripped all the tags off. He loves to rip off tags.
That's crazy.
It's
OCD.
adorable.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My roommate cries till I rub her head. If I don't, she climbs on my chest and puts her whole head in front of my face.
That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. She likes balancing herself. That's so adorable.
She's a Great Dane.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right.
They all think that they're little tiny dogs.
Right. Yeah.
My roommate, personally, let's see. My roommate likes to pee on my carpet.
That's your new roommate.
Yeah.
Your old roommate or your current, the one before him.
My old roommate.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, Arnold's
he likes
so
to
sweet.
just come up to people and go.
I hate that. I hate that.
I love it. It's
I hate the
so
licking.
adorable.
Just like Vanessa on Facebook. My roommate licks door frames, but she's also really smart. Her cousin will be playing with his favorite red bone. She wants it, so she plays with something else to get him interested in that. And as soon as he puts down that red bone, she'll let him have the other toy while she takes the red bone, tries to hide it or give it to me for safekeeping.
That's so adorable.
I've seen that happen. I've seen that go down. Like that's a smart dog.
Well, and dogs will lick random things. Like I hate when Yoshi, like I'll look down and I'm like, why are you licking the table
Yes,
leg?
it's gross.
Right. And then all of a sudden he'll be laying in his bed and I hear him I'll hear,
Yeah.
and what are you licking? And I'm like, stop licking your bed. And I know he has like a mountain
Totally.
of hair
I
in his
hate
mouth.
it. Right.
And then all of a sudden you hear him. You're like, that's why you don't lick your bed, idiot.
My roommate was out licking rocks last night. I was like, are you kidding me?
Is there anything worse than your roommate when you turn around, you're like, what are you eating?
Right.
When you're out on a walk. It's
Yes.
like we were taking Yoshi to the big park and we're like, stop eating goose turds.
Not as bad as last night. I'm hanging out with the girls, and Avery brings up that Arnold ate Gianna's poop one time, and I go, no, that has never happened on my watch. What are you talking about? And she was like, no, really? Don't you remember? I was like, no, that didn't happen. I would remember that. I would have been grossed out.
Oh, man.
So, but I don't want to ask my husband because I don't want to know the answer. I don't want to know.
Gave mama kisses
Right.
after.
Damien,
Right.
Damien says, my roommate refuses to eat the food that I've given him. Instead, he'd rather look at me and look at my food. Doesn't he just enjoy the same food over and over, day in and day out? Jeez.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it does get to that point where it's like you have to like be really subtle when you're opening something. Like if you want to have a snack and you're like, and you open it, and then all of a sudden your dog's all, oh, we're obviously having something.
Yeah.
I know, but your dog Yoshi doesn't do people food, so
No,
he never
for sure.
freaks
But
out when
but he also knows that if he comes in the kitchen while I'm snacking,
you'll give
I'll
him
give
a
him one of
different
his
snack.
treats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You do
For sure.
You do. Like I want to come back and be one of Larry's dogs.
Oh, man.
It'd be like being Oprah's dog.
Good life.
Yeah, the good life. One more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amani says my roommate is currently locked out of our bedroom because she crapped under the bed one night when she didn't get what she wanted for dinner.
They're smart.
Damn.
And it's so funny because they do all these amazing things, and there's like some dogs that help put handicapped people's groceries in their cart, and there's some that are bond sniffing dogs, and there's some that do all these crazy things, and everybody still talks to their dog like, oh, good boy.
Right.
Oh, yeah, go boy.
They're like, shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, you can chime in on this. Hit us up on our Facebook page. You'll see the post right there, and tell us what your roommate does.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Now with more
us.
They're just really funny.
Better music,
less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
All right, so it says refer to your pet as your roommate and tell us something your roommate does. This is funny.
Yeah.
This is Simon. My blonde roommate likes to lick his ass in the middle of the night till it's raw. My redhead roommate is afraid of everything and uses me as protection. I think it's so funny when you see look at his dogs too. They kind of look like pit bullish or something.
Oh yeah, they're definitely pit bull mixes.
Right, but when you when they're afraid and they're like big babies and they go behind, that's so adorable.
It is cute.
Yeah, the only time Yosh does that is when we take him to the vet, and he hates going to the vet.
Oh no!
So he shakes, and as the doctor approaches, he totally crawls under our legs.
Oh.
And I'm just like, it's okay, buddy.
And today he's going there and getting a shot.
Exactly.
Oh, well, you're gonna have paw bender ready after you're done.
Well, see, and I don't even know if I can give him those now because now he's diabetic and those could have sugar in him. Now I got to check his glucose. It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
All right, what are you guys doing for Easter?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about it.
A lot of people may not celebrate religiously, but you still get
bunny.
down and eat.
Well, dear
or
Lord.
the bunny. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do something. Last year
keeps going.
I went with you guys to your brunch,
Oh, yeah, down at the
which
hotel.
was awesome.
It was good. It's
Yeah.
good grub.
Yeah.
Right. So what are you doing this year?
Probably going with you guys to that brunch.
Balti, what are you doing? You want to come?
We're actually doing a brunch at the Broadmoor down in Colorado Springs.
Ooh, fancy. I've never been there. I hear so many good things about that.
Yeah,
Me
it's
too, I've never
amazing.
been there.
It's like $50, but just the most awesome brunch with like fresh omelet bar and. Ooh,
I can't believe
wait.
you've never been there
To the-
because of the Everyday Show.
Yeah,
you know?
right, for the TV show or something,
Right.
for sure. I'd love to go down to the Broadmoor.
I hear that it's amazing and that like people are always shocked that I've lived here my whole life and never been there. But yeah, I love a good brunch. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Do you know the Broadmoor has with this thing where they have like a beautiful, like on their property somewhere, it's like a stream and stuff, and you can go glamping. So they have like a really cool kind of tent set up, but it's more or less like,
A nice bed.
yeah, with like a chandelier hanging down.
Yeah, I've seen some
And,
resorts
like,
do that.
It's part of the Broadmoor, like
Right, it's glamping, so you can
Yeah.
actually sleep outside. But then they have like
enjoy the outside, but it's totally like the hotel room just outside.
it's like being a homeless person for a night, but not really.
Right.
Star.
'Cause I was going to say, because it was pretty expensive when I looked at the rate. I
Yeah.
was like, damn.
Well, I remember my dad taking us camping, and he was always running late, so we didn't get up there until it was super late, and so. We pulled up. And,
Always. And now
Right.
you got to pitch the tent.
Well, yeah, and there's
you
like
gotta
people
get the food
sleeping.
ready.
There's people sleeping all over in different camping
Yes.
areas. So then my dad was like,
You'd
"We're
get
not
up there
gonna-"
that late?
Yeah, and so he's like, "We're not going to pitch the tent." He's like, so he made us like this big bed, like on the
Where?
ground, right, where the tent would
Outside?
go, right. And so he made us this bed, so with all those sleeping bags and then all the blankets and everything, and then a big like tarp on us.
Oh, my God.
And so like it was crazy, and we were like rolling our eyes, like you're crazy. And there's like all these people around us, so we were like,
You can't
we can't really
yell.
say anything. It's like this is stupid. And then we're all like, ugh. And then so eventually we all fall asleep. And of course, since I was born, I'm the first one up. So I wake up and I was just like, it was surreal. It was like a movie. I woke up and there was like a deer like 5 feet away from me, like a baby deer, and the mom off not too far away. And I was like, there was fog everywhere. It seemed like craziness. I was like, somebody else wake up. This is crazy. And
See, and you wouldn't have seen that if you had a big tent
exactly.
over you.
It worked.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked.
So being late worked out.
I could never fall asleep exposed like that.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
no.
I mean, even the tent is, I mean, now that I'm older and I know the danger
Right.
that's out there, but I don't know if I could just, like, could you?
No.
I'll
Balti?
sleep anywhere.
Fall
It
asleep
doesn't
on a
matter.
picnic table
Oh, yeah.
through the night?
The thing is, like,
Yeah, sober?
Well, like bears could easily get into tents, but the thing is, I've seen those SUVs. Well, because we went to that home and boat show or whatever that
Oh, yeah.
crap was.
Yeah.
And they have these things that you can put on the back of your truck that keep you up above.
Yes.
So the bear can't get you.
Yeah,
Kinda
no, that was kinda cool.
Put your tent in the air.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I mean, if
because
you
I'm
got the
surprised
money.
we didn't get eaten.
Yeah, I am surprised you didn't get eaten.
Right.
They were going for all the other campers that had their food out.
I guess.
All right. Well, also this Sunday's Easter, but it's also April Fool's Day. Did you guys know that? Isn't that crazy?
Which is kind of funny because
Yeah.
you don't want to go around making a bunch of Jesus jokes, but I guess you could.
Well, no, stay away from the Jesus jokes. There's so
Well, I
many
mean,
other things
the
to
egg
do.
jokes or the bunny jokes or the chicken
Well,
jokes or whatever.
It's funny because we were going to do like a little Easter egg hunt for the girls, and JJ's sister Janessa was like, "So should we just like hide all the eggs and then there's no candy in them?" And I was like, "Oh, that's messed up." She was like, "And then they get them, we'll be like April Fools."
No, the best part is don't make any eggs. Keep looking.
Right.
There's
keep-
no
right.
eggs. April Fools.
Or
April Fools.
Take the Cadbury eggs and take out the chocolate and wrap up a grape.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, so they open like, I want some chocolate.
Right.
It's a
That
grape.
we.
Kathy likes that because she's like, what am I going to do with this egg? Oh, get rid of it.
Well, a lady actually got arrested after sexually harassing the Easter Bunny last weekend.
Oh my God, I have been in that exact same position.
You sexually
told you-
harassed the Easter Bunny?
No, I told you about the girl when I was growing up at Heritage Square who was very handsy with me, and she sat on my lap and was like, telling Santa what she wanted, and I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. And I was like, and she was like kind of writhing on my lap.
Gross.
So I was like, let's play something else. And I stood up, and she had to stand up. And I was like, let's play something else. And she's like, all right. She's like, sit down. And I sat down, and then she sat on my lap. She's like, now you're the Easter Bunny, and I'm going to tell you what I want. And I was just like, this is vaguely familiar. And I fell for it for like a minute.
Sit down. We'll try again. Now you're a leprechaun, and I'm going to tell you what I want.
And I was the fool. I was like, well, this is different. I did say let's play something different.
Oh, man.
Okay, so LaDonna, she's 54 years old. And she was at a park in Ohio on Saturday.
The real Madonna, or is like the Virgin Mary?
LaDonna.
Oh, LaDonna. I was like, Madonna's 54. She's like way older than that.
Yeah, right. So she'd been drinking, LaDonna was, while she was at this park in Ohio. And there was an event going on where kids and parents could take pictures with the Easter Bunny. So LaDonna, being drunk, of course, she wandered right over, wanted to see what was happening.
I wonder who's in that suit.
They were nice enough to let her in the line to take a picture with the Easter Bunny.
Come on, idiot.
While she was posing for the photo, she made lewd comments.
See, I've been there. I've been that bunny.
And when she was done sexually harassing the Easter Bunny, she walked off and then hopped on a carousel.
Yeah.
Somebody
started
told
working the pole.
the Easter Bunny asked his handler to call the cops.
Oh, I thought the Easter Bunny was like, do you have any singles? He saw, hey, I'm taking a break.
Cops showed up, questioned her. Her eyes were bloodshot. Her speech was slurred, so they took her in for public drunkenness. She's not facing any charges for the lewd comments, but I think their point got across, right? The Easter Bunny got his little justice.
No.
God, she's not really attractive at all.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this, everybody. I have good news for you. 3 ways that you can get drunk and eat Peeps at the same time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, there's so many different, there's like waffle Peeps now.
Oh, yeah.
Waffle syrup or maple
and
syrup
they're all
Peeps.
still
There's
terrible.
No, Peeps are good. There's watermelon Peeps.
You know, the Peep needs something in it, like, or it needs to be chocolate coated, or bring me something else.
They do have chocolate coated Peeps.
Oh, okay, that'll work.
Although you were onto something when you were saying the Peeps need something in them. How about some infused vodka?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you're interested now, Bolsey?
Yeah,
All
let me
right.
work.
Pour a bottle of vodka into a big pitcher, everybody, and make your Peeps infused vodka.
Okay.
So you pour a bottle of vodka into a big pitcher.
By the way, they sell marshmallow flavored vodka.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Then you toss Peeps in there, like 10 of them. Wait 2 to 3 days. So you got to start today, everybody.
Oh, so then they start to absorb it.
They start to dissolve.
Oh, yes. Oh, dissolve. I thought you were like, they triple in size and become alive.
After that, strain.
Big
I'm still
marshmallow
gonna
bunnies.
eat you.
Right.
Still eating you. After that, just strain the vodka back in the bottle and you're done. Now you have Peep infused vodka. You can also eat any of the vodka soaked marshmallow that's left over.
Right, the slop.
Right, which I mean, none of it should go to waste.
Right, no,
Yes,
that would
me.
get you drunk, like eating all that.
Okay, now how about this? Make a Peep Jello shot.
Okay.
Okay, so do you already know how to make Jello shots?
Yeah, you just
normal
pour
Jello.
Right, and instead of water, you use vodka.
Right. So do that Jello shot, and then put a Peep sitting on a bed of whipped cream on top of it. There's your Peep Jello shot.
Oh, that'll work.
I got a little ghetto with that one. That was a little too good. Marshmallow Peep martinis, so fancy.
I could see the little Peep floating in the little martini glass.
Okay, so
or on the rim.
You need marshmallow or whipped cream flavored vodka.
Right,
Which is what you were
have.
just talking about. Well, 1.5 ounces of that per drink, plus a half ounce of vanilla syrup, an ounce of cream. Rim the glass with vanilla syrup and sugar. Garnish it with a Peep. Damn,
That
I gotta
sounds
read
pretty
that
good.
again. That sounds
that's
damn
like creamy
good.
and liquory and.
What time should I come over to your house? Let's do this on Saturday because we have
Yeah.
places to go Sunday.
I don't think Jesus wants us to do it on Sunday.
Okay, so 1.5 ounces of the marshmallow flavored vodka, half ounce of vanilla syrup, ounce of cream. Rim
Okay.
the glass with vanilla syrup and sugar. Garnish it with a Peep.
Okay, I'm in. I mean, you brought alcohol into it.
Thank you. Yes, right. There's
Right.
a way to do it. Okay, so everybody enjoy yourself on Easter.
Love Jesus.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and
I
Kathie.
just love you both.
All I had to do was read the headline, and Larry,
We're like, let's talk about that.
Can't stop laughing.
But first, like I was gonna say, in Trash and Bash, are you gonna talk about Cash Me Outside? How about that?
I'd rather not.
I know, but it just is so outrageous. You have to talk about it. Cash me outside. How about that?
When's it gonna be that someone actually cashes her outside?
Exactly.
Like I saw the one video where the sisters almost cashed her.
You're right. Exactly. And that it's like that person to me should get the record deal.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God, I can't stand it.
Don't you
Like, I
hate-
just want her. I want 2 hits. One on her, one of her hitting the floor. Like, come on.
Right. And
When
it's-
does justice and karma finally hit the dumbasses that need it?
right. Why do you? How can bad behavior be rewarded with like gold records?
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, I guess we'll talk about that in
okay.
Trash and Bash. Okay, you ready for the headline?
Yeah.
Okay. Planned Parenthood wants a Disney princess who's had an abortion.
What? It's like, what? It's like, well, I want a toilet made of gold.
Okay, well, this all stems because back in September, there was a comedian that tweeted out that we needed fat Disney princesses.
Right. That
Right.
would. That
So then there were,
cool.
so then people kind of stretched out Jasmine, they stretched out Belle, to show everybody. Remember, it was going all around Twitter last year, right? Like this is
That's
fat
hilarious.
Sleeping Beauty,
Right.
And then people started saying what kind of Disney princess, they
They're like,
felt
we want a
needed.
Disney princess that has gastric bypass.
Right.
Snoring beauty.
Right. And then in the story, the prince is all, well, I brought you plenty of food, but I can only have a bite. My gastric bypass
Right.
won't allow it.
Everything from we need a Disney princess who can't do basic math to we need a Disney princess with spatulas for hands.
There's going to be like, we need a trans
Yes.
Disney
right,
princess.
Right. There's that.
Right.
But then there's the spatula for hands idiots.
Right,
There's
it's
just
gonna
people
get
that took it.
ridiculous, right.
Then there's this Planned Parenthood. A branch in Pennsylvania decided to get into the act and they took it seriously. And they tweeted out, we need a Disney princess who's had an abortion.
It's going to be Ariel, and she's going to use her dingle hopper.
That's horrible.
But she's also has a fish body, so it's more like left up to a vet.
Yeah.
Right. They also said we need a Disney princess who's pro-choice. I think Belle probably is. She seems very advanced.
Yeah.
And very
She
smart.
reads a lot.
Yeah.
She's very educated. She's for women's rights.
So she was down with bestiality. She probably is woman of the future.
Yeah, I don't think I can take my advice from a woman who goes for the lipstick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the dog.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It's like, ooh, the dog's lipstick is out.
I know, but I mean, the beast is, he's huge. And he comes
I know.
from a castle. I mean, I think a lot of us might think about it. Nobody's going to see. It's not like there's cell phones around.
I know, but
you can totally have dinner with them.
I know,
and
but the
hang
whole
out.
staff
he
knows.
reads you books.
The whole staff knows. Mrs.
Yeah.
Potts is
you
like,
know what? They know everything, okay? They're awake while you're sleeping.
I know, but they're all, sir, your lipstick is out. He's all, oh, I'm sorry.
They also tweeted out, we need a Disney princess who's an undocumented immigrant.
Well, that was Coco. Done.
Gotcha.
Right. Oh, old little Coco. That was a
Remember
great
Me.
movie.
Yeah, it was. This one says we need a Disney, more of the tweet. We need a Disney princess who's actually a union worker.
Jeez.
I think we
let me
need.
see. Wait, who's the union worker? There's got to be Cinderella. Well, no.
No, it's Mulan. She's making iPhones. Listen, I think there should be a Disney movie where, like, Aladdin meets Carl. You know what I mean? It's like Jasmine's mean. She's
Okay, gotcha.
removing
She's grumpy after
Right.
all those kids and him not helping out.
right, or like Prince Eric is like, you're too fishy for me. I had to go for a dude.
Okay, so you want the princess to get together.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Okay. This one says, how about a Disney princess who's trans? Like you were saying, Larry.
I know, but then they'd have to do it like. It would be like, if you do not kiss Caitlyn Jenner at midnight, she will not become a full woman. It's like, oh, yes, I will.
See, I'm out. That's not a movie I care about.
I'm so tall. I have big feet. I'm a woman. Hi.
Yay! Wow. Okay.
I love all of those. I think that everybody should just get in line, and then we'll eventually put yours in.
Yeah, let us know which one you think.
Yeah.
What we need a Disney princess who's a what?
Yeah, a blank.
And now,
Invasive, violating, and just disgusting.
It's Celebrity Trash and Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Sponsored by the Mike Sawyer Law Firm. Call 303-GOOD-LAW. Here's Kathie J.
What? Who has the balls to bite Beyonce in the face?
A mosquito.
Right, yeah, a mosquito for sure.
In the face. In your face. Or maybe it was a bee.
Tiffany Haddish, comedian Tiffany Haddish, she's awesome.
Hilarious.
Yes. She told the story about how she was at some party and she watched how Beyonce checks Jay-Z when girls are talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how she said she watched that happen?
Right.
That she was standing with some other actress. The actress put her hand on Jay, and before anybody could say blink, Beyonce rolled up real fast and gave that actress a bad look. Mm-hmm. Remember?
Okay.
You don't remember me telling you this story? It was like before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And so then Tiffany was like, but I'm not talking anymore because Beyonce is the queen and I want to stay friends with her, whatever.
Right.
Well, somehow it got out that whoever that actress was, the rest of it went down. She bit Beyonce jokingly in the face.
Which is crazy because how do you bite somebody jokingly? Like,
I know, I was trying to figure
what part of the face? I mean, like, because the only time you'd be that close to somebody if you were like making out with them, or you know what I mean? It's
Whispering in their ear.
Yeah, or something.
There's the actress was on drugs. That's kind of all that was out there, and nobody was revealing.
Maybe
who
she was
the
so
actress
high
was.
that she was like, Beyonce looks so delicious. I'm gonna taste her. Right.
I could see that, but I could also see
Like her being a bitch?
Or no, just being like you're so high and stuff. You're like, oh, everything's cool,
Right.
You know, and before you know it, you're playfully biting her cheek.
Yeah, I was gonna say getting beat up by some bodyguards around the corner.
Right. Well, so it never was revealed, but for some reason yesterday it came up in the news again, and sources close to Tiffany Haddish revealed who that actress was because Tiffany told them behind closed doors, and now they can tell who that person was.
Well, who was it?
It turned out to be actress Sanaa Lathan.
Okay, what has she been in?
She's beautiful. She's in every time there's one of those black movies. She's one of the hot chicks.
Okay.
But also, God.
I know the name. Like,
Right. As
yeah.
soon as you Google it.
Yeah.
Right. And but she's like a great actress.
So she was just at a party and she just went out of control, and I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know.
that's
So then TMZ went one step further and found her posting that night before the Jay-Z concert of her in a special, like she's with the audio guys in that box with her son dancing to Jay-Z, and this was the after party of that where she allegedly bit Beyonce's face.
Okay, so she was actually friends with them.
Yeah, totally friends with them.
Huh.
It's still weird.
Right.
But whatever.
Like obviously Beyonce didn't write a song about it.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? So maybe it's over.
Or it's still around the corner. You know, it just happened. So last night we were told how Roseanne and Dan, how Dan was still alive.
Okay. Yeah, because the show was hilarious. I don't know if you watched it. It was really funny.
It was good writing.
Great stuff. Back and forth between like both political parties. It was funny.
Yeah, it's for real.
And it's like, even though Roseanne's for Trump, she's still hilarious. You still like her.
Yeah.
You root for her.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Right. So this is how they explained it. They're in the garage at one point, Dan and Roseanne in the garage, and Dan finds a manuscript for Roseanne's book, and he says, wow, this would have sold like hotcakes if only you hadn't killed off the most interesting character. He was a gentle giant. And he's referring to himself.
Right.
Because in the final season of the original run, Dan cheated on Roseanne. But then in the finale, we find out it was all part of a book she wrote about the family. Dan hadn't cheated, but he really had died. But now all that was in the book, too, is how they're going to explain it.
Okay.
The book never sold. He never cheated. He never died.
He's right there.
I'm glad because it was good, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again next week.
Right. It's funny because they brought one of the girls from Shameless in to be Darlene's daughter, and she looks just like her.
She looked, I mean, like even her attitude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
She's the daughter that cut her toes off, right? From Shameless? The pipe welding, or the welding daughter.
Yeah. I think she did get
that
a
had
welding.
the kid.
Right. Exactly, really
yeah,
young.
Right. So, yeah, but her voice sounds like Darlene.
Right.
Her
The
attitude,
hair.
her mannerism.
Exactly.
It's dead on.
And it's funny, too, because Darlene's still hilarious and still throwing
Negative.
jabs, and then she had like a vulnerable moment. I'm glad they're back.
Yeah, me too. So, T.I. is finally talking about the younger generation of rappers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lil Xan.
Yeah, once you chime in on this, now it's like, oh, I guess you're now on the classic tour.
Which sucks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. But he's saying what we all say. You got to respect the older generations, because they went through it a lot more than you did.
Okay, there used to be a time where that applied, and there was a time where you were granted that you got in. Like, in other words, like somebody had to like anoint you. Eminem was trying to get in, and it wasn't until Dre was like, he's talented, let's get this guy in, and whatever. So it's like, now you can just dish your mom on Dr. Phil and get gold records.
Yeah, we'll get to her in a second. So T.I. is saying that for us, my generation, we actually had to go there. The things that you hear me rapping about, I actually had to do. Like, for real. Like, T.I. was the rubber band man. He was selling lots of drugs before he finally got his deal. Mm-hmm. There's things that I actually had to live through. That's why I talk about him.
I had to make love to Tiny in the daylight.
He did it.
Tell me that didn't require some drugs.
Can you imagine?
He said I had to go out there.
I'm talking about like daylight. Like
Sun.
not
Like
dawn, not dusk. Daylight. High noon.
T.I. says I had to go out here and do these things, and I earned the right to speak about them.
Yeah, it's true. It was a daylight. I was looking damn ugly. I caught my reflection in the sweat on his chest. I was like, good.
Bah. So were all of us. Bah. T.I. then goes on to say, like, Little Xan has never really taken the time out. He's not aware of how much work actually went into making it, where Pac made it, where Biggie made it. It wasn't like rap was the thing back then.
Well,
which is very true. I mean, like, it was a lot harder back then.
Well, and it's also like now it's like you can make it without knowing anybody or having any skills.
Right.
You
just have to have a following. Yeah, right. You have to have some sort of following. And so many of them are like little spoiled rich kids that grew up. Right.
You get a base of audience, and it's like, you get enough likes and views, a record company's going to be like, well, we'll take your 8 million views.
Yeah.
And turn it into
pay
something.
for your studio time.
Right.
Like this bish.
How about that? Cash me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
I can't
How about
stand
that?
it. She actually has earned gold status thanks to her hit single Hi Bish, selling more than 500,000 copies.
Yeah, and then it's like, rewarding terrible behavior.
Yeah.
And then it's like when you don't like somebody, and then like these other rappers are acknowledging these young ones, they're only making them more famous.
Yeah. Right.
You know
No,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
So it's like, that's what we're doing by talking about her.
She's 15, and she said her latest collab was with Lil Yachty. Oh, great.
Yeah, that's the saddest part, is when all the it people are like, well, hey, I'll work with that person.
Which sucks.
Right.
Because then it makes them even more famous.
Mm-hmm.
She might be going out on tour. Come on, when does someone actually cash her outside? Like, why has that not happened yet?
It should be the Cash Me Outside tour. And you wait to meet and greet her at the back door.
Yeah, like clean her clock. Somebody, please do it for me.
Outside. How about that?
What's funny too is like her mom is like the one that was the real victim when you saw that talk show, and you're like, man, because she was at one point, you want to go again, Mom?
I know.
And so I was just like, you felt bad for that mom, but now the way the mom acts as her like manager and her best
mom's
friend,
a manager. I didn't know any of that.
like the best.
If it's her, if I hear that name, I check out on whatever news it is.
Oh no,
the
for
fact
sure.
that I'm even doing this story is because you wanted to talk about
Well,
it.
Cash Me Outside, Kathie. You got
Can't
a problem with
stand it.
that?
But the mom's the manager for real.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like people. Serial killers' moms still show up in court.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
of course her mom's going to be hanging out.
That's a good point. Good point.
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. revealed the impressive voice cast for his Dr. Dolittle movie.
Oh, cool.
I see.
Obviously animated.
Was it Eddie Murphy that did Dr. Dolittle back in the day?
Yeah.
When we were kids?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Robert Downey Jr. unveiled the full voice cast of The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle. You ready? Mm-hmm. So a parrot is going to be Emma Thompson.
Okay.
Who is Mrs. Potts in the...
I'm British.
Yes. A giraffe is going to be cute little Selena Gomez.
Can't keep my spots to myself.
There's a duck that's Octavia Spencer.
Okay. He's kind. He's smart. He's quacky. He has webbed toes. You can swim. We can wash you off with Dove if you get oil slick.
There's a tiger who's Ralph Fiennes.
Okay, that's Ray Fiennes' brother, so that's another British guy.
You're right. Isn't Ralph Fiennes the sexy dude from Maid in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, I think that's him.
I like
for sure.
him.
Yeah, and then he was in the Harry Potter movies too, I think.
Yes, he's Voldemort.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Which one was Hannibal Lecter?
That
Was the dragon. That was one of the brothers.
Huh.
Yeah. A gorilla is Rami Malek.
Okay.
Let's see. John Cena is a polar bear.
Okay, that movie that he has coming out with the daughters
Looks
trying to get laid.
So funny.
So
Have
funny.
you seen the
I've
preview
seen
for
the
it?
yeah,
Oh my
trailers
God.
look
That
hilarious.
looks
Did you see the
hilarious.
preview where he's putting her underwear in his mouth? Did you see that? Okay, you have to see if you can find it, Volty. But
That's hilarious.
So he's on the bed with the wife, and he's like, and they're in full clothes, but it's daytime, and he's like, we have a few minutes. That's right. Look at me. I got your underwear. Look at me. I'm putting your underwear in my mouth. That's how hot I am for you. And she just keeps going, John, or whatever his name is, because you realize what the punchline is. And she goes,
Those aren't
those
mine.
are your daughter's panties. And he's like, blah, 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 blah. It's hilarious. But yeah, so that looks funny.
Yeah, that does look funny.
Tom Holland, who is Loki,
Oh, okay.
he's a dog.
Oh, okay.
Craig Robinson, who we love every time we get to
Love
hang out with
him.
him. Yes. He's a mouse.
Yeah, that's like that would be like the funnest gig is to do those kind of voiceovers.
Yes, and you would be so good
for
at
great,
this.
Yeah, animated movies.
And Antonio Banderas is actually a human character in it, as is Michael Sheen.
He should be in the next B.
Yes. Okay, you found it?
Yeah, I
Good,
found it.
Bolty. Let's play it real fast.
Yeah, I think the
It's
movie's
called Is the movie called Blockers?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a rooster on the picture.
Block those mother.
I'm in. Just going through the laundry, found these new thongs.
You know I love it when the music's loud, but come on, strip that down for me.
Tonight, I'm tearing these up with my teeth like an old school cartoon billy goat.
Honey, Mitch, those are your daughters.
Yeah, stop. But
Yeah, you
it
got to
does
see
look
the
good.
trailer. Yeah, it's basically three girls vowing to lose their virginity and their parents finding out about it and vowing to stop them.
Right. And it's Leslie Mann. Love her.
Love her.
Yeah, and John Cena. That looks like a great movie.
Yeah.
I like the fact that John Cena is so talented that he didn't go the action figure
exactly.
way. Like
Comedy.
He's totally gonna make so much money. Like, thank you, Amy Schumer, for introducing the funny side of John Cena to us, because I think it's great.
Right, like he should leave WWE. He should just
Well-
only do movies.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's fighting the Undertaker, I'm like, come on, this is where John Cena. But I want people that love WWE, like, yeah, you can't say anything bad about the Undertaker.
The Undertaker, can you smell what I'm making in the kitchen with a microwave? I don't really watch. I'm not familiar with his
It's
saying.
like a rock thing. Yeah.
Oh my God, Larry. Okay, speaking of WWE, Ronda Rousey. I'm pretty excited that she's with the WWE now.
I am too, because that means she's like, oh, fake hitting. Thank you.
Yeah.
She's got right.
So I get to
Although,
keep the rest of my brain.
No more concussions.
have you seen the kind of the stuff she's done so far with Stephanie?
Little bit. I
Yeah.
think it's fake. She's not very good at
You don't
acting.
think she is?
No.
She
Why-
can give a total mean crusty. That was a good slap she had on Stephanie McMahon. Come on, Bolty.
I used to think like she was like the baddest chick on earth. And then remember she was in the movie Entourage?
Yeah.
And then she came after What's His Face, and I was like, man, she's like dope. And then it was all hype, kind of.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Just she was that good. Just all of a sudden you get a little old and a younger
that
chick
wasn't
comes
it.
in.
She came in and beat up a bunch of like timid straight girls, and then some total hardcore lesbians were like, no, like this.
She's an Olympic jiu-jitsu, like Olympian. So she knows she's got some to back her up.
It's good that she is now in the pretend world.
Yeah.
Anyways, her first match is going to be at WrestleMania.
Which is still hugely physical. You can
Yeah.
these guys get hurt all the time.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one dude just finally came back after 2 years in retirement so it's a real sport. I totally give them credit.
Oh yeah,
For sure. WrestleMania 34 is where we're all going to see her first match, which, wow, what a platform for that. But recently she was on some show getting interviewed by some dudes, and the dude asked her, Mike Golick asked her when she knew she was done with MMA and didn't want to fight anymore. And she said, flatly,
my teeth up.
She said, I never said that. Then he responded, so there's a possibility that you could go back in time.
So no, I never said that either.
She didn't understand the question.
Oh.
She thought he really was asking her if she could time travel.
Oh.
That's not good. Rhonda seemed confused and said, well, Mike, there's a possibility I could... Are you asking if there's a possibility I could go back in time? Is that your question to me?
He's like, yeah.
I don't have the ability to go back in time. No. And then they got awkward after that and the interview was closed up.
Blazing Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to our one of our favorite listeners, Stephanie.
Oh, hi, Steph.
We love Steph.
You remember Steph?
Do you?
Yeah, she used to bring us food.
That's right.
And she's just a great all-around cool chick, and
Yep.
we like to hang with her, and she's one of our chicks.
Exactly. We love you, Stephanie. So today's 90 days since her mother passed. So
That's hard.
she said that we're helping her get through it and push the smile on her face. So
It's baby steps.
baby steps. We're happy to be here with you. We love you, Stephanie. Hug through the radio.
You can borrow our moms.
Yeah.
we'll share.
Yeah.
Right. I think we all need your mom.
Yeah.
You know, my mom.
Well, you're too close.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because everyone loves my mom.
Exactly. And they're like, oh, she's so sweet. And Kathy's like, but she's not. I swear. Everybody always thinks that about their parents.
Always.
They're like,
always.
oh, you may have the whole world fooled.
Right.
But I know.
I think that sometimes, because you know how Wiggins used to complain about his mom and say she was crazy and stuff? Well, now that I'm a mom, there's things that I do that might be crazy because I'm tired. And then so my reaction is a little bit more mean than it needs to be sometimes, or it's not the lesson I need to take time to teach them. So, I mean, I understand why parents, even parents that are trying, can still mess up and be misinterpreted by their kids.
I thought it was funny that we were like, we were always telling Wig, oh man, you should be nice to your mom. She's not crazy. Be more respectful.
Right.
And then we met her and we're like, oh yeah, she crazy.
No, she's just religious.
Yeah, she's cray. We're like, I get it, dude. I get it.
So, Larry, I know your birthday isn't until the end of July, but I'm really going to try and get you this thing that's being auctioned off.
Oh my God! Please say it's that male model.
Well, it is It is a naked man.
What?
For sure.
Huh? Okay, I'm in.
Are you?
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah. It's the naked Donald Trump statue. Remember those?
Yes, they were everywhere.
They were everywhere.
Right. Like
right before the election, they were everywhere. They were New York, LA, San Francisco, Cleveland, Seattle. They popped up everywhere. Big fat old big baby Donald Trump. Right.
And it was funny because they were like, when they did the cows here, those cow statues were everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like him standing there like topless.
Totally right. Yeah. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, no.
Most of them, all of them, except for one, were destroyed.
Oh, really?
And the one is hitting the auction. Isn't that crazy?
Did Donald Trump personally go destroy them, or was it the whole family?
It was Kellyanne Conway, right?
Yeah.
Everybody took
He's
a
like,
seat.
that's right, Kellyanne, burn it.
Well, the naked Donald Trump is hitting the auction block May 2nd in New Jersey. It's going to be anywhere between $20,000 to $30,000.
You know what I'd love to do for us to start a GoFundMe and then surprise Ivanka and put it in her backyard.
Here's your dad. He never
Daddy.
left you.
Exactly. She's all, no!